Judy Maggio here, editorial director at Austin PBS, and for our contribution to the most Austin story, we are turning to the executive producer of Austin City Limits, Mr. Terry Lickona. So Terry, thanks for doing this, and share with us your most Austin story.
First of all, hi, Judy. Good to see your face. Wish you were here in person, of course. So, my most Austin story, I've thought about that. It's impossible to pin down one story that, for me personally, defines Austin and my experience here for 45 years. So, this is my best take on it. My most Austin story happens every day. I know that sounds a little corny. And what I mean by that is, I literally can't go anywhere, whether it's a restaurant, in line at the grocery store, walking around the neighborhood. It's even happened to me on the trail up in the Jesus Basins at Big Bend National Park. And what I mean is people coming up to me, making it a point to tell me thank you and how much they appreciate everything I've done and we have all done at KLRU to bring Austin City Limits into their lives, into their homes, and to the rest of the world. And they are, genuinely sincere. I can tell it's not just the friendly, hi, Terry, thanks for everything. They really mean it. It's made such an impact on their lives. They specifically mention certain artists, who they have particularly enjoyed over the years. And you can imagine how that makes me feel, how grateful I am to be able to play a part in that, along with all of us. It's certainly not a one-man show by any stretch. Beyond that, I could personalize it to this extent because it's a story that I will never forget, and he keeps reminding me of it every time I see Gary Clark Jr. And that's when he was like probably 16 years old, and he had gotten up on stage at Antone's Music Club. He was sitting in with somebody. I can't remember. I've tried to remember. He would remember who it was, but he got up on stage. It was like the first time I had seen him play after hearing so much about him. What a prodigy he was, and how amazing he was on that guitar. And so I went up and talked to him on the sidewalk outside the club afterwards, shook hands, and I said to him, let me know when you're ready to come and do your own Austin City Limits. And he reminds me of that, even as most recently as a couple of months ago when I saw him at the Grammy Awards show, how important, that was, how much that meant to him. Gary is one of the most genuinely beautiful people I've met, in addition to all of his great musical talents. And he speaks to what makes Austin what it is today, more than almost anyone I can think of. I saw him at the Grammys as we were standing backstage together, and he said to me, hey Terry, good to see you here. Just knowing that you're here makes me realize this is the right place for me to be. Again, it's just, it's something that is so meaningful, to me for what I do, and knowing that we have helped give his career a little bit of a boost, of course, back in the day, and continue to do so. So that, in a long-winded way, sums up my personal feelings about Austin, and how every day it's that kind of an experience for me. And I'm so happy and lucky to have it.
Well, we're lucky and happy to have you, and I can't imagine the number of Austin musicians whose careers have forever been changed because of their exposure on Austin City Limits.
It is true. There's a long list, as you know. Not that Willie didn't have a career beforehand, but him doing the original pilot show when he had come back to Texas from Nashville certainly was a big boost for him at the time. Stevie Ray, Gary Clark, Lyle Lovett, so many people over the years.
Well, Terry, we think that is just about the most ostentatious Austin story around. So thank you so much for sharing your wise words with us, and take care of yourself during this awful time in our community.
Very strange times, and hopefully, in fact, I believe that a lot of good will come out of it.
Indeed it will. We have to look for the silver linings, and Austin is the best place on the planet, and I know you feel the same way, and we'll get through this together.
We sure will. Thank you, Judy.
Thank you, Terry.